We're back. Week 2 analysis of the league. Interesting topics to discuss today. Commissioner Travis here live. Not really, but we're going to dive nose first. As you can see, I've already got an injury from diving nose first into these analytics. But I am excited to see what's going on this week. Please hop on over to the screen with me as we take a dive in. Alrighty, welcome back to the standings. After week 1, it was interesting to see where we landed. Week 2, another interesting week. Clearly, we've got some winners, some undefeated teams still, and we've got some not winners. Not super pleased about that. As we look over on the season stats, Matt is going stupid with 300 plus points for only 2 weeks in. We won't talk about what's going on down here. We'll check in on the final standing projections at the end, but let's move over to the scoreboard just to dissect what happened box score to box score. First matchup was between myself and the Guatemalan Guptas. This was a heartbreaker. Props to Ben. This was a close game. It was really a battle of the QBs. Jalen Hurts prevailed for Ben. Our tight ends really came in clutch for us this game. Together, they combined for 0.8 points, which was really good. Unfortunately, Ben got absolutely carried by the defense. Tom Brady's got to figure it out over there because he is not looking awesome so far. Juju Smith-Schuster sucks, and you will not be seeing him in my starting lineup anytime soon. So Eckler continuing to split carries is great as my first-round pick. But, we move on, and, not much to say here. These were 2 of the top 3 scores for the week, so my team's just putting up great points and losing to teams putting up more points. If we move over here, Sternick had absolutely no shot in beating Matt. Matt is continuing to shock me in how well his team is performing. Lamar Jackson is a freak. Let's just look at these stats real quick. Where the heck am I? He threw for 318 yards, but this does not show that he also rushed for 120. So when that happens and your wide receiver also scores 35 points and your your defense scores 22, Sternick, that sucks for you. Only 2 players on your whole team scored over 10, and your defense scored exactly 10. So you're going to have to make some adjustments here on the waiver wire. Again, not much to say there. Now, this is an absolute heartbreaker for good old Andy Dunn. Jared surprising me this week after kind of the banter I gave him last week. He didn't take to that very nicely and pulls out the win by 0.56 points. One of the few teams that's undefeated. I mean, there's a long way to go this season. Jared, I'll be shocked if he puts up another win, to be honest. Andrew Dunn, again, ripped off just like he was last year. So tough for him. Again, not much to say. This is now as we kind of continue to progress. This is really where it gets interesting. Kevin barely beating Ari, who after Sunday had approximately 50 points until Tiggs decided to play. So lucky for him, Ari's box score doesn't look too bad. But if you were to look at this on Sunday, it would have been a little bit of a tragic just sight to see. Kevin continues to improve on the 2-0 streak. And then this next box score, we had a unapproved name change by a GM, and I'm not sure where this came from or what kind of took place, but clearly it was terrible luck as the Lick My Clit team led by Brandon Ewells has now been changed to the Call of Duty Killers. Really creative name out of Brandon there. Don't know where he came up with that one. They definitely killed it this week, scoring a whopping 75 points. And a lot of that equates to the fact that Brandon decided to start a wide receiver who was listed as out as early as Thursday, who I don't know what he was thinking. I guess he thought that Gabe Davis was going to magically and through a miracle was going to heal and play on Monday, but He did not. Wasn't going to help him that much because he still lost by 23 points. But, tough look for Brandon starting Gabe Davis and not figuring out how to, put in a player that's going to play. But, oh well. So that's kind of the analysis here, guys. I don't really have much to talk about this week. It's been a little bit of a slow week. As we go back over to the standings, we'll check out the final standing projections. I haven't actually looked at these yet. And so right now, here we are. Mesa Driving Academy has dropped down to 2. I went from 2 to 4. I'm not worried. My team's still putting up points. I will take points all day long. Jared has jumped from 7th on draft day to 3rd. What? That doesn't make any sense. He was 3rd on draft day, and he's now dropped to 7th. Clearly, the projections are in line with my thinking. I have no influence on these projections, but somehow they are hearing me loud and clear. Kevin has actually passed Matt and is now in first place, surprisingly enough, with Kevin sitting in 3rd. I don't know what the heck ESPN is talking about. Brandon sitting at 6, even though he doesn't start players who play. Ben jumping up to 5. Ari and Joe continuing to play. Knock knock, who's there? In the bottom 3 here, and Sternick making the longest drop from 4th on draft day to now 9th in the projections. Sternick, it's not a good look. You should probably get that checked out. Anyways, we've got some interesting pickups and drops here. Great move by Ari there this past weekend to pick up Kenyon Drake. Psych, he did nothing, which sucks because I really was hoping he was going to have a great game. Anyways, I'm actually going to create a poll right after this because I said that I was going to in the last video. But I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back next week. If you have any ideas for this crap, please let me know because I want it to be worthwhile. Anywho, I'll catch you guys on the flippity flop. Commissioner Travis out.